Hello again. Okay, so this is a busy day for me. Sorry, I look a mess. I'm training all day, working all day. This is my normal every day. And what do I do now for a quick meal? I don't have a lot of time to make anything. I need to eat. It's like midday. I'm hungry. I do have a rule. I have to have a fruit or veggie at every meal. And today is going to be quick. And I might have a veggie snack later so I can make sure I'm getting all my veggies in, because I try to eat 4 to 5 servings of veggies a day. So I had a little bit this morning for breakfast, but for lunch I just have time for a fruit and something really simple and fast. So this is my go-to. So something I've been always focusing on since I've been learning about nutrition for over 30 years is that in order for us to feel full, we need to have a couple of things. You need enough fat in your diet, because fat makes you feel satiated, it makes you feel full, but not too much, because we don't want to gain weight, right? I don't want to put a bunch of inches on my body, right? But I need enough to feel full and satiated. And you need a lot more fat when you're young, but as you age and as you start to move less and changes and your growth starts to slow down, you don't require as much fat. Now that doesn't mean don't eat fat, but it does need to decrease quite a bit as you age. So I'm definitely, as a 50-year-old woman now, I am starting to notice where I really have to decrease my amount of fat intake, because I just don't need as much, and if I eat too much, I gain weight. But if you're younger, that's not as big of a concern, okay? But for one, I need to have a little bit of fat in my diet. I need protein. Protein helps me feel full. Protein is responsible for every cellular function in my body, so I should be making sure I eat protein at every meal. That's a non-negotiable for me. Now, I'm not eating gobs and gobs and gobs. That's unnecessary. There's people that go to the extreme, okay? But I need a little bit of fat. I definitely need a serving of protein, and I also have a rule, like I said, fruit or vegetable at every meal. This one's gonna have a fruit, because that is what gives you your vitamins and your minerals and antioxidants and things to fight the free radicals in my body. Give me a little sugar that I need, because you do need sugar when your body is using energy. Sugar, glucose is the first thing it uses whenever it starts to burn and metabolize, okay? So it's very important. You have to have some, okay? But eat the right kinds, not a candy bar, okay? Or a soda. A lot of people drink their calories and they're drinking excess amounts of chemicals and sugars, or artificial, okay? Then fiber. Fiber is the champion. Fiber, we're learning so much about the gut now, and that the gut is responsible for even our mental health and well-being. And your gut is made up of more, they say that your gut has more bacteria than there are stars in the sky, okay? So trillions of bacteria in our stomachs, and we want a healthy ecosystem in there, right? I want more of the good stuff, less of the bad stuff, okay? So if I eat a steak, and steak is not the enemy, it's very high in iron and it's very good, you just can't eat a lot of it and all the time, because our bodies over time through evolution cannot break down the sugar alcohols in red meat like we used to. So if you consume a lot of red meat, part of the problem is not just the fats if you eat a fatty meat, is the sugar alcohols, and that will come in here into my gut, and it'll make all the bad bacteria multiply way more than the good, and I don't want that, okay? So you can have it, just can't have it all the time. Like, it's gonna be Super Bowl Sunday and we're having a steak, okay? So that's okay. Or females, when it's your time of menstruation and you lose a lot of iron, a burger or a good piece of red meat is great to have during that time, so that you can replace the iron that you're losing, okay? So just things to think about. But I need to keep this gut bacteria healthy and happy, and it also helps me feel full. It slows down my digestion. It balances my blood sugar so that I'm not spiking and crashing, okay? And for all you Ozempic peeps out there, and I'm not even gonna get on my soapbox about that right now, because that's gonna need another video explanation. If you would just eat the proper diet, and even if you live in a food insecurity area, I understand there are people that don't have access to quality food, you can still make different choices to help. Everybody can, okay? And I'm gonna prove how to do that. Even in food deserts and food insecurity, we can all figure this out, okay? So if you eat enough fiber, women are supposed to have 25 to 28 grams a day. Men are supposed to have higher than that. I believe it's like 28 or 30 to 35. And Americans are getting maybe 5 to 10, I say 10 to 15 grams a day. Terrible, okay? Terrible. It's gonna make you constipated, you're not gonna poo normal, your gut bacteria is gonna be a mess, you're gonna be hungry, you're gonna overeat all. Let's just keep going down the list, okay? So fiber is hugely important, okay? It helps regulate so many things, and we want that healthy gut, okay? There's been a study done where they took the gut flora of a mouse that was overweight. They put that gut flora bacteria into the skinny mouse, and then they put the skinny mouse gut bacteria into the fat mouse, and what do you think happened? The skinny mouse got fat, the fat mouse got skinny. So we know, okay, that there's a big connection to your healthy flora and your weight management, okay? You don't need to shoot yourself with a needle of a drug, and you don't need to take these new pill forms that are going to be coming out soon if you would just eat fiber, okay? And the right kinds of fiber. Don't get the powdered form. Don't get processed, chemicalized stuff. Just eat fiber. It's not hard, okay? So this meal, I will stop wasting time on this video on my soapbox because I get so fed up. We're just not making smart choices. Now, I like this guy, okay? Now, a lot of people are like, oh, Grapenuts, disgusting, yeah, blah, blah, blah. There's plenty of other things out there full of fiber. If you want to know what has good fiber in it, ask me, reach out to me. I am happy to educate you. But this is one of the choices that I make. Breakfast cereals are a great way, not the sugary ones, the healthy ones that nobody wants to eat, are a great source of iron and fiber. We're not getting enough iron, and we're not getting enough fiber, okay? And I love Grapenuts because let's look at the label, okay? Now, yes, it has 200 calories. I'm not worried about that if I'm active and I'm eating a healthy diet. That's not a concern. 1 gram of fat, great. The sodium is not that bad, okay? Sodium contents, it's a little high for my liking, but again, I eat a healthy diet. I don't ever go over the daily limit. It's high in carbs, yeah, because guess what? We need carbohydrates to function. That gives you your energy. If you feel sluggish all the time and you're on a no-carb diet, hello, it's because you're not eating carbohydrates, and this is the healthy kind, okay? 7 grams of fiber in 1 serving. That's excellent, okay? Then, it's got 6 grams of protein. Ooh, already in just my cereal. That's amazing, okay? And what are the ingredients in this? Whole grain wheat flour, barley flour, salt, and dried yeast. That's it. 4 things. And I can understand every single word on there. This looks like a winner, okay? So Grapenuts. Now, there are other versions out there. Read the label, okay? You want ingredients you can understand, okay? Whole grain, high fiber. You want 5 grams of fiber, 6 grams of fiber, 9 grams of fiber, 10 grams of fiber. Don't go too crazy, okay? And then I want it to have a good amount of protein. I want it to be low sugar. I want it to, this only has 5 grams of sugar. I want it to be not too high in fat. I want it to have a good iron content. This has 90% of my daily recommended iron for the day. 90%. So if I eat this, I'm getting almost all the iron I need for the day. So I don't have to gobble down all kinds of animal protein. And I'm not saying that animal protein's bad. I eat animal protein, but we overconsume in America, okay? I'm getting all that from this, okay? Whew. Man, what a superfood to have. So, look how fast this is gonna be, okay? So this is part of my meal. I'm gonna take it now. For those of you that don't know what a half a cup is, you should measure it out. But I have these little bitty ramekin bowls that I buy. And I know where to fill it, so it's about a half a cup. So this is great. So I'm gonna sit here and measure and all that stuff. So I'm gonna pour about a half a cup because I know what that is now. Okay. Okay. Boop, half a cup. Now, Grapenuts is a little crunchy. So if you don't like the crunch, I like a little bit of crunch, then you take your milk, pour it in here. Now I like to use Mutopia. Some of you don't have HEB, but I like Mutopia milk because it is an ultra filtered milk. It increases the protein level. There's no lactose. I'm a lactose intolerant person, so there's no lactose, and it's got 50% less sugar, and it's fat free. I love this milk, okay? So for someone who's lactose intolerant and wants higher protein, look how much protein I'm getting in just my cereal. That's incredible, okay? And dairy is not bad, folks. There's so much research out there proving how good dairy is, especially for older women. And just in your diet, period. It's loaded with vitamin minerals. I am tired of milk being demonized, okay? There's nothing wrong with it as long as you're not drinking straight cream and whole milk all day long, okay? And if you get the good kinds, it's very good and part of a nutritious diet, and it gives lots of nutritional benefits, okay? I'm gonna stick this in the fridge. I don't want this to go bad, okay? So, now, I have my grape nuts, and I'm just gonna let them sit and get a little softer while I prepare the rest. Now, the other thing I do is I still need protein, and I don't like to eat too much animal protein in a day. I think it's important to get it from other sources. Now, I know yogurt comes from an animal, okay, but yogurt is so great for my gut. It's loaded with gut bacteria. I even make my own. There's a video that shows you if you sign up for my subscription program where you can learn how to make yogurt. But this has 18 grams of protein, 90 calories, 0 fat, and it has 5 grams of sugar. I mean, it's incredible. And it's giving me the calcium that I need, potassium. It's loaded. This is so good for me, okay? And it's a great source of protein, and it's not an animal meat. I know that eating too much of that can raise our cholesterol, and so I'm really watching that, and I'm being careful. This only has 10 milligrams of cholesterol, but it's loaded with protein, okay, and low calorie, okay, but it's filling. It's very filling and great for my gut bacteria. I'm putting great bacteria into bacteria, okay? So the serving size for this is about 3/4 of a cup. Now, again, I'm not going to measure it because I have done this so many times, I know what that looks like. So I'm going to just eyeball it. You can measure it out if you want, but I now know about what that looks like, okay? So I'm going to cap that up, put it in the fridge, okay? I don't want it to go bad. Now, I gotta have my fruit for the day. Now, I like to have this particular fruit, okay? Now, there's all kinds of fruits you can put in yogurt. Blueberries is great. Any kind of berry is great. Berries are loaded with antioxidants. They're lower in sugar, and they're really good for you. And they have vitamin C, by the way, not just citrus. They have vitamin C. Now, I've been choosing lately to use something a little different because I've been doing, as a 30-year nutritionist, I love to research. Lingonberries. What are lingonberries? This comes from Sweden. Lingonberries are similar to the cranberry family. Very good for you, and there's been research coming out where there are certain superfoods that will help your telomere growth. I know people have no idea what I'm talking about. You can Google that up, but basically your telomere length can determine how long you're going to live and the health of your body and your aging, okay? And there's been some research saying that lingonberries can be tied to to better aging, slowing down the process, healthier overall, you know, because the more your telomere lengths shorten, it's shortening your lifespan, right? So we want to keep nice long telomere length, be healthy, and there is some research that contributes to this, will help with healthy aging because it's so healthy and is loaded with great nutrients, okay? Now, this is not easy to find. Now, I got it at my local grocery store, and it's in a jam, and I like that because they're hard to find, and it's real easy just for me to scoop out a tablespoon and mix it in my yogurt. But I love this stuff. It tastes great. I like cranberries, and they're a little sweeter, and I think it tastes really good with my yogurt. And by the way, I don't do sweetened yogurt. I do unsweetened yogurt. I have taught myself to not need sugar. It took a while to get there. It tasted like sour cream at first, but now I love it. And this just adds a little sweetness to it and flavor and makes it yummy, but I don't need it, okay? So I'm gonna take a tablespoon. This is dirty. Yep. I'm about to put my mouth bacteria in this jar. It's my jar. So, I'm not sick. Now I'm gonna put this in. About a little glob. Okay? It's so yummy. Just little berries. And it is expensive, by the way. This is not gonna be cheap. But I think it's worth it for my health. I don't eat out a lot, and I don't waste a lot of money, so I can afford it. Now, the other thing I add is dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is so good for you, okay? Now, it can't be the kind with all the sugar in it and all the crap in it. I get ones that have a percentage of cacao, okay, that is high, because that's telling me that it's mostly chocolate and it's not processed milk fat and junk and stuff I don't want in there. I want the benefits of the actual dark chocolate. If it's not dark chocolate, it's not real chocolate, and it's probably not going to be very healthy, okay? Now, this one has unsweetened chocolate, a little bit of cane sugar. I would rather have sugar than a processed chemical, okay? And then it's got cocoa butter, and now some of that's put in there to help emulsify it, blend it together. A little bit, it's fine, okay? Vanilla, and that's it. And it may contain a little bit of milk, and I'm fine with that. Okay, but this is loaded with all kinds of good stuff. It's a good source of potassium, good source of iron, calcium, even magnesium. Dark chocolate is great for magnesium. A lot of people have a hard time getting that. So I sprinkle a little bit of this into my yogurt because it's so good for me and I love it. So I'm gonna take just a little sprinkle, just a few. I kind of eyeball it, but don't put the whole bag. Okay, you saw that I just did like a pinch. Okay, this bag lasts me a while. And then what I'll do is I'll mix it all around and I eat it. Fruit, healthy, protein, little bit of fat. Okay, the fat probably comes mostly from my chocolate chips. And then I like to have a green tea every day. Now, this I do for different reasons, but there is a lot of research that proves that green tea is a great anti-inflammatory. Actually, all these things that I'm eating are a great anti-inflammatory, but green tea in particular, there's been a lot of research that people that consume green tea at least a cup a day have better overall health and a reduction in inflammation. Now, I love the green tea with a little bit of mint leaves. I like that. It's very refreshing. No matter what the season is, I will get hot water, I'll steep a bag in it, and I'm not gonna do that right now. And then what I add is typically a little bit of honey. I like honey because as someone with allergies, it's exposing me to things that I'm actually allergic to, and I think doing it every single day instead of going to the allergist to get shots, it has actually been very beneficial for me, and it helps keep me from my allergenic cough. All things I developed in menopause, by the way, so that's a whole nother series that's coming. This helps me manage my menopausal symptoms, but I have upped the ante. Instead of just honey, I've now gone to medicinal honey, but that's another video for another time, and it's very expensive. Don't get that unless it's something you really need to do like I had to, and it has been life-changing. I can't imagine not doing it now, but you can put just regular honey in it, and you don't have to sweeten it all. Maybe you don't want a sweetener, that's fine, okay? But this is what I consume, okay? So I have my yogurt with lingonberries and dark chocolate, I have my Grapenuts cereal, and then I have my green tea. Now, I talked a lot, so of course it's been 16 to 15 minutes, but when it's just me, this literally takes me 5 to 8 minutes, okay? Eat it on my way, but how healthy is this? Okay, and it's filling, I'm full. And then I won't need anything but like a little snack until probably right before, before I start cooking for dinner and stuff, so, but I will show you what I do for my snack. This is the day of me showing you how I eat, okay? So I hope you enjoyed it. This is cheap, by the way, okay? That carton of yogurt is about $6, and I eat off it all week long. Don't buy the little mini containers, buy a jug, okay? It's cheaper. And then this cereal, I don't know, $3 or $4. I'll look at it next time, but it ain't that much. And then this can, now this jar is a little expensive, but this is gonna take me over a month to use. It was probably like $4 or $5. And then the green tea is not very expensive. The baking chips about like $3. Okay, so all in all, and I eat off this all week long. Okay, that's way cheaper. All that costs you one meal eating out. Okay, so this is cost effective, and you can find a lot of this stuff even in a food insecurity. Like you can find some decent cereals, okay, with high fiber. You can find some plain yogurts, even if it's not Greek yogurt. I like Greek yogurt because it's higher in protein, but you can find a lot of equivalents to this, okay, even if you don't have access to all of these things. You can get close, okay? So that's this next meal idea. This is definitely a high fiber, high protein meal, and with lots of antioxidants, and I will show you what I do for my snack, okay? Bye guys!